There's something no one tells you about personal growth. It's not always inspiring, it's not always graceful, and most of the time it's not even comfortable. In fact, real growth through transformation hurts. It strips away your comforts, forces you to confront truths you've been avoiding, and demands that you leave behind the version of yourself you've clung to for so long. But here's the truth most people miss. That pain you're feeling, it's not here to punish you, it's here to free you. This will hurt, but it will set you free. Change doesn't ask for permission, and often letting go of people who can't walk the path you're now choosing. It arrives when something deep within you can no longer accept the weight of who you have been. It demands honesty. It demands sacrifice. You might not even recognize yourself. That's because the process of transformation is more than self-improvement. It's self-reconstruction. You're not polishing the old, you're building something new. And it demands the courage to face yourself without filters. Maybe you've been lazy. Maybe you've been afraid. Maybe you've been blaming others when deep down you knew the problem was within. The kind that reveals what's real, what's true, what matters. Because you can't heal what you won't face. And you can't rise if you refuse to see what's been weighing you down. It tells you to avoid the unknown, to play small, to stay where it's warm and predictable. When you start to grow, people may not recognize you anymore, not forever. And holding on to expired connections because of comfort or guilt only delays your progress. Every breakthrough, you're chasing discipline, confidence, clarity. It's found just beyond what feels easy. To grow, you'll need to step outside your comfort zone again and again. You have to confront your habits, your fears, your excuses, the narratives you've used to justify staying where you are. The truth is, not everyone can go with you to where you're headed. And that's not cruel, that's life. But it will also unlock a version of yourself that you've never met, one that is stronger, clearer, and finally aligned with your deepest values. And yes, that process hurts, but it's a necessary pain, the kind that clears away the falsehoods and illusions. One of the most painful parts of growth is letting go. Letting go of what's familiar, letting go of who you used to be. Some people were meant to be in your life for a season. You may feel lost, you may feel doubt, but with each goodbye, you make space for the people and opportunities that align with who you're becoming. Letting go will hurt. Growth requires brutal honesty. You can't evolve if you keep telling yourself the same stories that keep you small. The truth-telling process is uncomfortable. It shakes you. It forces you to admit things you may not be proud of. This self-confrontation isn't meant to shame you. It's meant to awaken you. Facing the truth will sting, but it will also give you back your power. Comfort is seductive. It makes you feel safe, even when you're stuck. But comfort can be a cage, one that keeps you from discovering your potential. Progress lies on the edge of discomfort. That stretch will be uncomfortable, sometimes exhausting. But every time you choose discomfort in service of your vision, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Comfort may feel good now, but it rarely leads to fulfillment. Discomfort may hurt, but it leads to freedom. One of the hardest lessons to learn is this: growth is not about how you feel. It's about what you choose. There will be days when you won't feel motivated, days when fear creeps in, days when your mind tells you to quit, to rest, to go back to what's familiar. But growth asks for discipline. It asks you to act even when you don't feel like it, to keep moving forward even when you're scared, to stay committed to your goals even when the excitement fades. In those moments, emotion will try to take the wheel. Discipline hurts. It demands consistency when you're tired, focus when you're distracted, and effort when you'd rather avoid. But discipline also gives you freedom. Freedom from regret, freedom from helplessness, freedom from becoming a prisoner of your own excuses. No path to growth is without failure. You will make mistakes. You will fall short, so don't fear the fall. Embrace it. Rise from it and let it refine you. You will have moments where things don't go the way you hoped, because each time you fail, you learn. Each time you get up, you grow. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Failure hurts, but it's also a gift. That identity may be built on survival, on past trauma, on stories you absorbed from your environment, because you're letting go of what kept you safe, even if it also kept you stuck. But it's also empowering, because once you realize you are responsible for your thoughts, your actions, your growth, you no longer wait for others to change. The key to designing a life that reflects who you truly are. From the victim mindset that steals your joy and power, you change, you lead, you move forward, no matter what. Some days you'll feel strong, others broken. Some days you'll take 10 steps forward, others you'll feel like you've gone backward. But you are not your failures. You are who you choose to become after them. Freedom from the chains of your past, freedom from the pain you've carried in silence, and the freedom to create a life rooted in love, not fear. But on the other side, there's peace, there's strength, there's alignment. You'll have to forgive people who may never apologize. You'll have to give yourself grace on the days you fall short. Too many people fear failure because they attach their identity to their outcomes and break parts of you that were never meant to last. The pain has a purpose. It's leading you home, to who you really are, to what truly matters. Every great achievement is built on lessons learned in failure, a promise that no matter how long it takes, you won't give up on becoming whole. There comes a point in your journey when the identity you've carried no longer fits who you're becoming. To step into your next chapter, that old identity has to die. And yes, that feels like grief. It means defining your values, your vision, your voice. Rebuilding your identity means choosing who you are, not who the world told you to be. That transformation isn't easy. It requires time, patience, and the willingness to walk through uncertainty. And most of all, there's freedom. One of the most liberating yet painful realizations is that your life is your responsibility, not your parents', not society's, not anyone else's. Blaming others is easy. Taking ownership is hard. Responsibility isn't a burden. It's a key, the key to unlocking your potential. Yeah, that responsibility can feel heavy, but it also sets you free from dependency, from resentment. Healing isn't linear, it's messy. It's full of ups and downs, breakthroughs and setbacks. But that's okay. Healing is not a destination. It's a journey, a commitment to yourself. This journey will hurt. You'll have to feel emotions you buried, but healing also brings freedom. As you grow, you'll start to question what success really means, what happiness really feels like. Maybe it's not the career, not the car, not the praise or the likes. Maybe real success is peace of mind and integrity, knowing you're living in alignment with your truth. Maybe happiness is the freedom to be yourself, to wake up without pretending, to chase your dreams without apology. And maybe, just maybe, the pain you're enduring right now is clearing the path toward that kind of life. This journey isn't easy. It will challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself. It will stretch your heart, test your patience. But in that breaking, there is rebuilding. In the discomfort, there is clarity. And in the pain, there is power. So if you're hurting right now, know this, it's not in vain. This will hurt, but it will set you free. Keep going. Your freedom is worth it.